Hello and welcome to my next video in my series EMA's Fundamentals. Okay, what am I going to talk about in this video? I am going to talk about tension notes. Okay, let me explain what tension notes are. Tension notes are notes that you are asked to sing that aren't the obvious strong notes in the chord. Now, in a previous video, we looked at singing the notes of the chord. Now, we looked at that to build up our oral skills, our listening skills, a little bit of agility as well, but we've looked at singing around the chord. Now, I am going to ask you to focus on singing notes that aren't the obvious ones, the strong ones in a chord. Now, as in every video in this series, there's no music. We're not looking at music. What I am doing here is giving you fundamental skills. I am asking you to listen to things in this video, listen to notes and be able to hold them. Now again, we've already done prep work because we looked at holding your line. So I hope you can see how these videos are building up, building up, building up. If you've missed any of them, head back and check them out again. But let me just show you now what I'm on about with tension notes. I'm going to play you a little sequence, a little chord sequence with a little melody, kind of riff over it. And there are going to be tension notes in it. And I want you to listen to what's going on and feel it. Check this out. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I don't think that sounded too odd. I don't think it sounded too bad. I think it sounded quite nice. It was a quite nice little pattern going on. But so many of the notes that I played there were tension notes. Listen. And it resolved. And then tension, then it resolved. Tension, and then it resolved. Tension. Now this one isn't tension, but this one is. And this is tension. Tension, and then I resolved. You've got notes that aren't the strong notes of the chord. I'm asking you to find notes that can sometimes be a little bit tricky. Now listen, what happens with singers generally when they get a piece of music and they look at these notes and they hear the backing and think, oh, their first reaction is to kind of almost fight it and think, where do I sit? Where do I sit? And what I would love you to do now, this is fantastic preparation for when you finally pick up a piece of music. What I would love you to do is relax on these type of notes. These notes that clash ever so slightly with the chords. Just relax on them. And really importantly, learn to feel your place in the chord. Because as much as they are tension notes, they all have names, they're all proper notes of chords. I'm not going to go into that here and now. I go into that in an awful lot more detail on Sing by Sight. We look at chords, we look at where you're sitting and how you sing the notes, how you find the notes, read them and everything. But here and now, what I would love you to do is just relax and learn to feel where you sit in the chords. Now this might mean, this from my experience, I can tell you now, this might mean you listen to the exercise. As with all of these videos, there's an exercise that goes along with it. This might mean you listen to the exercise and think, oh, not a chance. So go away, have a cup of tea, do whatever you want, come back, listen to it again and think, oh, okay, I can hear a bit more. Go away, have another break, then come back. It might mean you coming back to it and just relaxing to let your ears absorb what's going on. Now, I'm not going to give you anything terribly tricky. These are fundamentals, guys. And some of you might be great with this work. And if that's the case, fantastic. Just run with it and enjoy it. Those of you that might find it a bit tricky, just relax and keep smiling. Okay, so as I've said before, tension notes are the notes that aren't the obvious notes, aren't the strong notes of the chord. You need to really remember all the work we covered on holding your line. You also need to remember the work we covered on the chords, and then find the notes inside those notes of the chords, the tension notes. Then you need to relax and you need to feel where you sit in the chord. Okay? There's an exercise, as I say, that goes along with this video just as a little bit of a backup to help you practice this work. Please subscribe to the mailing list. Click the link below, subscribe to the mailing list. I can send the track out to you, and I'll also most probably, well, in fact, I will put a few notes in just to recap what I've spoken about here. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, because tension notes are the things that the notes that really add a fantastic flavor to a piece of music. And if you can sing them, if you're in a vocal group and you know that you've got that really scrunchy note, oh boy, it's really fab. It's so enjoyable. That actually lifts your musicality and your enjoyment way up to the next level. So enjoy this chapter, guys. As I say, subscribe to the mailing list, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.